another episode of the Reclaiming Wellness Live. We are about to start our new broadcast because I am learning quite a lot about this platform that I'm using and how chances are you couldn't hear me in the past because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm going to redo this particular broadcast to try to get the information that I absolutely love to get you out. So thank you so much for being here today. My name is Jovanka Ciares, and I am your herbalist, nutrition educator, and coach, and the author of Reclaiming Wellness and another episode of the Reclaiming Wellness live broadcast. And as I said, I'm here today again because yesterday I discovered that the platform that I'm using when I'm actually hiding the screen, you could not hear me. So that was a big boo boo that took me about 3 months to understand. So, alas, we're all human and imperfect, and we will learn from our mistakes. So, today we are going to talk about legumes and how they can actually help you weight loss. We're going to talk about a nutrient called the quercetin and how it can help you with immunity, with respiratory issues, and more. And we're going to talk about allergen free vegan treats. So let's get to it. But before we get started, please click that notification bell and subscribe. And when you're ready to share with your client, with your friends and family, make sure that they do that as well. So I'm going to put my eyes on so I can read what I'm doing. And let's start today by talking about the allergen friendly vegan foods. So I'm just going to um, go and click this solo off. I'm gonna hide this and I'm gonna click this solo off and hope that worked. How an amazing thing. All right, so Veg News, the amazing people at Veg News created this awesome article showing you snacks, especially at this time of the year when they're actually summertime and people are doing a lot of events and fun things, and you might be allergic to nuts and soy and other uh, products that are very popular in the vegan world. What do you actually do? How can you actually enjoy life out there without being too concerned about the allergens? So I believe they broke it down into four different categories. The first one is plant-based meats, as you see here, and Abbott's Butcher is one of those. They have ground beef, they have chorizo, and they have chicken versions of vegan foods, and they are absolutely soy free and absolutely nut free. I've tried them and I love them. I've also tried meaty, and they're actually not bad. I actually liked Abbott's Butcher a little bit more than I like the meaty version. Big Mountain Food is another one that uses a lot of chickpea and chickpea flour for a lot of their product. So another alternative, and plant-based foods and Crave House are two others. I've never tried these two. I would suggest you to give it a go, and let me know in the comment sections whether you like them or not. Moving on to cheeses or vegan dairy. I had to try the three trees oat and seed milk. Really yummy. I mean, anything with oats is actually really easy to consume, and I actually love this one. It has very little, very few ingredients, and so not a lot of preservatives, and all of the flavors are natural and very low in sugar. This one is a lot of fun. It's loca queso is essentially an alternative to that liquidy cheese or queso that people use in Mexican cuisine and other types of cuisine. It's actually really surprisingly good. I was really pleasantly surprised. I give that a go. Nadamu is a company that you probably have heard from about their ice creams. So they already had ice creams, and then just decided to do other types of fun little things that are nut free and allergen free. I've never tried Good Planet, so give that a go and let me know. And Coconut Cult is another one that I haven't tried, but I would love for you to try it and let me know how you like it. Vegan desserts. Okay, these are not as exciting, mostly because vegan desserts are relatively easy to find that are also allergen free. But if you happen to like brownies and blondies and cookies, this category is going to be just something you're gonna love. Rule Breaker Snacks has a variety of products. I love Giselle's Vegan Kitchen. They're actually relatively small, so you have to order them and they will be shipped to you. Same thing with Karma Baker. They will ship all over the country, especially in the United States. And then Partake Cookies and baking mixes I have not tried, so please give it a go and let me know what you think about them. And then finally, vegan snacks. The sunflower butter, my partner tried it. I'm not a fan of actually nut butters or those kinds of things, but he tried them and he actually liked them. He was like pleasantly surprised. Snacklings, I have not tried either because I don't actually consume a lot of these products, but I've actually heard great things about it. Um, and then finally, from the ground up snacks, they have a lot of different options. And what part of the reason why I like them is because they actually are infused with other ingredients like carrots and cauliflower powder and butternut squash and all kinds of fun, crunchy things to help you with it. So that is the awesome alternatives for those people that are struggling with allergies. So that is the type. I'm gonna hide this and I'm back, and hopefully you can still hear me. So moving on with the next topic, and is let's talk about quercetin. Quercetin, I'm gonna show in the screen and then I'm gonna go solo off. Great. Quercetin. This is a nutrient that lives in a lot of fruits and vegetables and seeds. It's essentially what makes plants and certain foods yellowish in tone or yellowish reds in some others. So even the stuff that like grapes, for example, that are high in quercetin, that might be purplish in tone. They also have a little bit of that tint of yellow underneath that you cannot see, but that it's what gives it that color is that quercetin. It's a highly anti-inflammatory compound, and it is also used to help you manage allergy symptoms and potentially blood pressure. So, how do you use it? First and foremost, my suggestion is to use it in plants. It's available in vegetables, fruits, grain, teas, and wine. And these are some of the benefits: boost immunity, fights inflammation, combat allergies, aid exercise performance, and maintain general health. It's actually been very used regularly these days to treat people with the long C, or people that just struggle with the C19 and are trying to get oxygenated blood back into their brains and help restore their bodies at a neurological level. Here are some of the foods that are commonly popular because they're high in this compound. So as you can see here, anything from onions, apples, grapes, berries, broccoli, citrus fruits, all citrus fruits, cherries, green tea, coffee, red wine, and capers. So it is almost impossible to miss it if you have a wide variety of fruits and vegetables in your diet. Part of the reason why we like to consume it in fruits versus in an isolated compound or supplements is because you don't need a lot. 10 to 100 milligrams a day, and taking too much of it could be detrimental to your health. So unless you are absolutely allergic to all these foods, my suggestion is incorporate these foods into your diet. So if you have one apple, that's all you need. If you have some onions in your salad, or you cook with onions, or a handful of grapes or berries, that's all you need, truly. A cup or two of green tea. Most of us drink coffee. So the chances are you are not really like, this is not something that you might be deficient in. But if you're struggling with allergies, especially at this time of the year with severe inflammation, or you're trying to boost your uh, blood oxygen levels, then it might be an opportunity. This might be a great nutrient for you to embrace. I absolutely have recommended it to people that have come to me struggling with the long C, people after they're done with the C19 and they're struggling with how to get back into health. I recommend it for them and it's been really, really helpful. So I just wanted to share it with you here. And then finally, I wanted to talk a little bit about these amazing type of foods. They are known as legumes. And there was a study that was published in the study was by the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, and it was published at the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And it showed that people that consume legumes in regular way, especially when they consume more legumes than animal flesh, they lost more weight and they stay in that low weight threshold longer. So this is a small study, 16 weeks, 244 people. They were all overweight and they were put in two categories: people that ate, that had no change in their diet, and other people that were put in a 100% whole food plant-based diet. And they tracked diet quality, body weight, fat mass, and insulin sensitivity. And of the 219 people that completed the study, they showed that on average they lost 13 pounds, and 9 of those 13 pounds was fat. This is critical right here, because we're not talking about people that are depleted in protein and they lost a lot of muscle mass and this is water weight and they're gonna regain all that weight. No, we're talking about people that lost, out of the 13 pounds, 2 or 3 pounds, up to 4 pounds may have been water and muscle, but 9 of those pounds were actually fat mass. And when you're trying to reduce fat, especially in the around the internal organs, the plant-based diet is the stuff that's going to help you the most. Legumes and meat alternatives. The study recommends that people increase legume consumptions because it was associated with decreased weight, fat mass, and visceral adipose tissue. Right here, visceral adipose tissue. What does that mean? It means the tissue, the fat that has been sitting around and covering your vital organs like your liver and your lungs and your pancreas and your heart, and causing, wreaking havoc inside your body. So this particular fat, experts believe that is a lot more dangerous than the fat that is outside of you, right, in your arms or in your belly. That visceral fat needs to be removed in order for you to properly reverse some of the conditions that are affecting us all in the Western world. So it's critical that you get eating some more legumes. What are legumes? I'm talking about beans. I'm talking about tiny beans, from mung dal and lentil all the way to chickpeas and soybeans. Ideally, you want to, let me hide this and then hopefully get back to me in a second whenever this thing decides to work. Ideally, you want to use legumes that have been soaked and overnight. What you do when you soak them overnight, you remove some of the chemicals that cause excessive amount of gas and bloating, but you're also kind of changing the ratio of carb versus protein, and it becomes an easier to digest type of food. So I always soak my beans in water, and I sometimes put some gymnema or gymnostema, either one, to help kind of like defart your beans. And then you put that in water 24 hours. Is how my grandmother used to do it. I mentioned my grandmother in my book, and my grandmother was right. I'm not, honoring her memory. So I soak them for about 24 hours, and then I slow cook them. Even the ones that are easy to cook, like lentils and mung, you want to slow cook them for as long as possible. The larger the bean, the longer it will take for you to cook them and get them ready to consume. But legumes, they are the best for us. They're incredible. The safety data behind them is actually ubiquitous, and their data showing how amazing they can be, because the number of nutrients that they have far outweigh any potential issues, any detriments that they have in terms of nutrients. So that is my recommendation, and I hope you actually try them and let me know how you like them. I appreciate you all sticking with me while I try to figure out all this technology stuff. Thank you so much. Make sure that you share this video with all of your friends. If you have any questions or comments, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up so that other people can find the video. Get a copy of the book and make sure that you subscribe for more tips and a jolt of motivation for your healthy, happy, and beautiful life. See you soon.